center of attention.
We've been waiting for it to get open and finally here, and we're loving it.
Center Park Recreation Center is celebrating its reopening, and we're checking out all that is new. Sharing the wealth.
Congratulations for $3,000 check.
I am over the moon. This is so exciting.
ShareTank provides funding and education for local nonprofits. Hear from participants about how they will benefit. Past, present, and future.
The fact that Irving has taken the investment into having a museum like this shows that we're really forward thinking.
Get a look inside the Irving Archives and Museum at a preview event in advance of the grand opening. Plus, highlights from State of the City, and watch out, the Mayor's Got Game at the newest attraction at the Toyota Music Factory. Now on City Source. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. We begin with updates on two community amenities. First up, Center Park Recreation Center. It reopened after a lot of renovations. Federal funds paid for most of the upgrades. We heard from some of the people checking out what's new. These players take on a game with a funny name, pickleball.
Pickleball is great for seniors.
Exercise, a lot of exercise, a lot of sweating.
They play twice a week at Center Park Recreation Center, but for a while they couldn't. That's because the center was closed for these renovations.
It was hard because most of the people live to the south. We still play in Cimarron on Wednesdays, but it was really hard for a lot of us.
Now they and all of the other users of this rec center are back. That ribbon cutting celebrates the end of construction, so now everyone can see what is new. It starts here in the lobby. This is how it looked before, and the team wanted it more open. Look at how it changed.
It's absolutely beautiful. You take a look at it, everything is so visible, and that's some of the goals that we have for our recreation centers. When you come in, we want you to feel welcome.
And here is another spot that shows a big transformation. This was the weight room on the first floor. It showed clear signs of age and heavy use. That space is now a spacious, multi-purpose area.
Very fresh look.
Before we head upstairs, let's again look back. At a public input session, an architect described how he hoped he would be able to transform the room he was in.
Above the ceiling, the roof deck is a wood roof deck. And so we are pretty confident that we can expose that.
Look at it now, and you can see that vision became reality. The second floor is now a fitness center that features some new equipment and is a lot more open, with that original wood exposed and more natural light.
From the old fitness center to the new fitness center, it was more congested and closed in, so we open it up. Now you get to see the outside, you get to see the ceiling.
The center also features a space for group fitness.
We plan on doing some spin bike classes. Also, we're gonna have yoga classes.
Also, it's a multi-purpose function. So that was one thing we wanted to make sure that the recreation centers had. It was multi-generational.
Just seeing all the new equipment that we have, it has brought new participation since we opened up. So people have been coming in, asking questions. We have been getting good comments about the fitness center. And
we heard some of that positive feedback during tours of the rec center at this grand opening celebration.
I think it's fantastic. I'm very impressed. I'm in heart rehab right now. I can do this.
We're gonna be here, we're gonna take the membership.
Attendees also played games for prizes. Check out this booth, similar to ones you may have seen on some game shows. Those eager players don't get actual cash, but they use those bills to enter drawings, all part of the grand opening event.
This is really exciting for the team, for the department.
Federal Community Development Block Grant funds paid for most of this renovation work. Other highlights include new restrooms and flooring.
We've been waiting for it to get open and finally here, and we're loving it.
This is Irving's oldest and largest recreation center, now full of updated features that will keep it ready for crowds for years to come.
This is where it's at. It's close to home. I'm very appreciative of what the city has provided us. It's awesome.
One more note on that story. The Irving Sports Hall of Fame that used to be at Center Park Recreation Center will become part of the Irving Archives and Museum. And that leads us right into our next story. The Irving Archives and Museum hosted an informal or soft opening event. It is located in the former Central Library, which is now known as the Jack Huffman Community Building. Brett Wheeler was there for that opening preview event.
History, innovation, and fun.
My dad just wanted to come here with me just to see what this all was about.
And what this is all about is the history of Irving and its residents.
We are at the brand new 22,000 square foot Irving Archives and Museum, and today is our sneak peek. We will be opening in a few months, but on the occasion of Irving's 116th birthday, we decided to open the doors and let everybody in to see what we're building here.
The museum's going to tell the history of the community and the people that have made such huge changes and helped the community develop and grow the way it is, and hopefully inspire people to be involved and active in the community as well.
The building, which used to be home to the Central Library, is now telling a different story. The story of Irving, Texas. This soft opening is the culmination of years of planning, painting, and fundraising. Back in December of 2018, instead of breaking ground, officials held a ceremony to remove the iconic green carpet and celebrate the anniversary of the first lot sale in the city, and also celebrate the start of renovations in the space.
It's been a long time coming. I remember when the City Council approved this going forward and spending the money on this. It's a great event.
The fact that Irving has taken the investment into having a museum like this shows that we're really forward thinking.
Thinking forward while also thinking about our past. Like this exhibit called Patios, Pools, and the Invention of the American Backyard.
It ties in so perfectly with Irving's history because that was such a key stage of Irving's development.
I didn't think there was much of a history on that. It's interesting to think that it just kind of became a normal thing.
It's important because it tells a very interesting story about sort of post-World War II, the building up of this culture of spending time in your backyard, sort of just exploring that time period that I think will be important for a lot of Irving residents since that's really when the city became very large, sort of the suburban 50s era.
Also, there's an exhibit honoring Irving's veterans.
So we have the Veterans exhibit here, which is an exhibit just honoring Irving veterans and the memories people have about them. We have quite a few artifacts from them, letters, we have a couple of helmets and uniforms. We also talk about the development of Veterans Park and how that came to be and how that plays into the Veterans exhibit here.
Along with those impactful exhibits, there is also an eye to innovation.
One of the jewels in our crown here is the Smithsonian Spark Lab. We've licensed it from the Smithsonian. It is an innovation lab for 6 to 12-year-olds.
Kids like Sapphire Santa Maria can put their minds to work in order to spark their imagination.
I don't really know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just making something so I can float inside that thing.
And while the Spark Lab is aimed at kids, those with the Irving Archives and Museum know
The kids like to play too.
Like Ian Bjorklund, who is putting his imagination to work as well.
I'm trying to sort of reverse engineer just by looking at, they've got these cool circuit boards set up and there are fans, and I did get a light to turn on, so I did feel somewhat successful in that.
Ian says that he is impressed with the Spark Lab so far and looks forward to all the fun kids and adults alike will have here.
I think it's an incredible addition to the city, and it's something I look forward to bringing my nieces and nephews to.
Our favorite saying is Irving, Texas, where the people make the difference. And that really is true. And it's those stories and those people that we're trying to highlight through our museum and get spotlighted and get praised for their courage and for making us a home that it is today.
Brett Wheeler for City Source.
During this soft opening phase, there is no admission fee to visit the museum. It is open Wednesday through Friday from noon until 5 p.m. More than 600 people turned out for State of the City at the Irving Convention Center. Mayor Rick Stouffer talked about successes of the past year and looked ahead during the annual event hosted by the Irving Las Colinas Chamber of Commerce. This year's theme was Irving Inspired.
I'm inspired every day by the men and women that are in this room, by the employees that work for the city, for the businesses that make Irving home. I mean, you heard today about your company, that how it's grown. And we have so many businesses within our community that start small, grow big, and it's really an amazing time for entrepreneurship. But really what excites me is what our staff does on a regular basis.
Through video presentations and an interview, attendees found out about some of the economic development wins, infrastructure improvements, work with nonprofits, and more. NEC Corporation of America received the Mayor's Corporate Award of Excellence for its commitment to the city as its headquarters, and also a lot of charity work. ICTN will be showing the entire State of the City event. It will also be on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/The City of Irving. And I wanted to share this moment that helped develop the Irving-inspired theme. Kayla Arquetta was born without her left hand and part of her arm, but she always wanted to make music. So Nimitz High School engineering students created a prosthetic arm for her. Now, as you see here, she can play in the Austin Middle School Orchestra. The musicians played for guests as they entered the Convention Center Grand Ballroom for State of the City. One of the other programs the mayor cited as inspiring is called Share Tank. It just wrapped up its 4th year, and we heard from organizers and participants about why they believe this program is so successful.
Congratulations for $3,000 check.
One group after another
$5,000.
Steps up to receive big checks.
$4,800.
More than $36,000 in all.
I am over the moon. This is so exciting.
Exciting.
Very exciting.
We are really exciting.
A $2,000 check.
Though the funds are significant, there is a lot more than money at the center of this story.
We know we're making a tremendous impact beyond the financial dollars.
$3,000.
So to fully explain the impact, let's start at the beginning and a challenge some nonprofits faced.
We have over 60 nonprofits in Irving. That's a lot of do-gooders, you know? That's a whole lot. We needed support.
So community leaders came together to develop a program called Share Tank, and it is designed to make local nonprofits stronger.
So what we do is train nonprofits to be great stewards, to be good communicators with their board, their staff, the community, their service area.
Representatives of Irving nonprofits first attend education days, covering topics ranging from fundraising to social media. Some sessions are led by corporate execs responsible for charitable giving.
Now, that was the question that everyone wanted to know. How do we get in front of those that make that decision?
The workshops enhance our knowledge in terms of how to fundraise, in terms of the ethics and rules and regulations that nonprofits should follow.
You learn a lot, you get some contacts. It's great to see all the nonprofits working together in Irving.
Groups attending all of those sessions at the Study USA get to take part in Pitch Day.
We are requesting $2,700 to fund our exclusive performances at the Irving Arts Center.
This year, 22 groups made their pitch for dollars to a panel of experts.
It aims to improve cultural literacy in Irving.
With real money on the line, participants are using every moment to practice. Now, I saw y'all over there practicing. Is it last-minute cramming?
Yes, last-minute cramming.
There's always that little bit of stress that we'll, I'm sure, feel about it.
That's because they are working to fund projects they are passionate about.
When I was homeless, I had to panhandle. We asked for $3,600 for bus passes for our homeless ministry.
We are asking for some funding to work with Stonegate Christian Academy. We are looking to infiltrate a STEM program for their students there because they don't currently have one.
Each year, the community and education programs that we bring to Irving reach over 10,000 community members.
The judges will take what they learn from these presentations and allocate award money that comes from what's known as the sharers. Irving corporations, family foundations, and even individual donors.
The sharers are a critical component of the Share Tank program.
And that gets us back to this night at the Irving Arts Center. The nonprofits find out which ones get the cash awards.
Congratulations to Canine Companions for Independence tonight because they're getting $2,000 to support their work.
This is the 4th year for Share Tank, and over that time we have documented some of the impact. It led to new programs, such as Yoga Story Time at Irving Libraries. The Irving Symphony Orchestra expanded its Healing Notes initiative, and there are many other successes.
As we reflect on the past 4 years that this program has been in existence, over $136,000 has been granted back into our nonprofit community. So we are really excited to be able to educate our nonprofits so that they can be the best that they can be.
We are making all Irving nonprofits stronger to better serve our community.
We just thank our community, the chamber, the city, and all of the sharers. It's amazing.
So it's not just this check that they've given us, it's sort of this whole learning experience for us as an organization that has been invaluable.
By strengthening nonprofits that are often working to fulfill needs in the city, organizers of Share Tank believe everyone in Irving benefits. Share Tank has a steering committee made up of several organizations as well as representatives of business and education. You see a few of them there on your screen. The filing period is underway for residents interested in running for mayor or city council. Packets are available in the city secretary's office and on the city website. This year, the mayor and single-member district council places 3 and 5 will be elected. The mayor is an at-large position, meaning candidates may reside anywhere within city limits. Places 3 and 5 are single-member districts. Candidates must have lived in their respective district for at least a year prior to Election Day. The filing deadline is February 14th. Then early voting is April 20th through 28th. Election Day is May 2nd. The city secretary's office can answer election questions. That number is 972-721-2493. The city is planning changes to Irving Boulevard that are expected to help revitalize downtown. We drove the area to show you the part we're talking about. The section from Strickland Plaza to Sowers Road will be changed by reducing the number of traffic lanes to 2 and using the remaining right-of-way for parking, wider sidewalks, a bike lane, and other amenities. The city is hosting 2 meetings to share more details and get public input. They are on February 11th at 9:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. at the Jack Huffman Community Building, which is the former Central Library. Some Irving residents have noticed new poles going up in their neighborhoods. They are to facilitate 5G wireless as more people look for faster service and use more bandwidth. A few people have called the city with questions as the towers have gone up, and the city's message is to check with cell phone and internet service providers responsible for the projects. The topic came up at the most recent City Council work session.
When this is taken out of the hands of the city, you get a subcontractor of a subcontractor who pulls up to somebody's house and tears out their sidewalk and starts running cable, and they start calling us and saying, what's going on? And we really have no control over that anymore. The state basically took that away from us. So it's one of those situations where we can't really help the resident or respond to the resident.
Companies are installing more 5G infrastructure across the country. Let's head to the Toyota Music Factory now and a new attraction called Stumpy's Hatchet House. We got the story behind it and saw the mayor show off his skills. Check out the newest form of recreation in Irving. Some might say is right on target. Stumpy's Hatchet House celebrated its grand opening at the Toyota Music Factory.
Stumpy's Hatchet House. It is an absolute amazing place. We call it a social throwdown. For us, we are a lounge bar atmosphere. We have a pour your own beer system, so you come in, you relax.
First step is going over the rules.
If your toes are showing, you're not going to be throwing.
Then some lessons. They really paid off for Irving Mayor Rick Stouffer.
I have never been an axe thrower before, but on my 4th try, I did hit the bullseye today. There are great people here to explain to you how to utilize it, how to line yourself up, how to balance yourself, and it's fun. I mean, you try, and then all of a sudden you're there.
Once they're here, once they throw, once they stick it, they don't want to leave.
The idea for Stumpy's is rooted in a New Jersey backyard where couples made a game out of the routine act of chopping wood.
We posted a few pictures of us in the backyard throwing hatchets. Very quickly, all of our friends are like, what are you guys doing? We want to come over and do it. Within a month, we had so many people tromping into our backyard to throw hatchets that we thought, why don't we bring this inside and start a business?
Since then, the business expanded across the country, and now Irving residents are finding out about the fun. We caught up with this group from an IT company stopping by after work.
It's awesome. It's my first time here. It's a lot of fun, something different to do.
On this evening, a lot of attention is focused over here.
Hey, we're gonna have a little showdown, police versus fire, so we're really excited.
They have a few minutes to practice and further establish the rivalry before the real contest begins. Just who has the advantage?
They are issued axes as part of their standard equipment. We aren't.
We're not issued guns, but we are issued axes, so we are pretty good with them.
Does that give you an advantage in this competition?
Oh, I think it does.
But Irving police may have someone giving their team a boost.
Let's see here. Women are better than men, and it's not about this huge strength. So it's about the fun of just getting the tactic down.
They say women are better than men at this.
I think so. We listen more. Yes, sir.
In the end, the Irving Fire Department came out on top.
Oh, it's a friendly rivalry. At the end of the day, we're all going to have each other's back. They got ours, we got theirs.
And many of them anticipate returning.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think it would be fun to grab dinner and then come over here and hang out afterwards.
We're just excited to have them as part of the Music Factory. These guys bring a whole different perspective and a whole different opportunity for people to come out and have fun.
The whole area is fantastic. And it was just confirmed when I met everyone from the chamber, from the convention center, right down the line. This is a wonderful spot for us. Irving, Texas definitely brings it. Las Colinas brings it.
A big welcome, and owners now hope many people will throw hatchets and business their way. Yeah, good time at that grand opening. And Mercy Wine Bar is also now open at the Toyota Music Factory. It's in the space above Green Gator. The Toyota Music Factory is owned by the City of Irving and operated by the Art Group. We have profiled a lot of the restaurants and hotspots at the Music Factory. Check out our videos on our special playlist at youtube.com/The City of Irving. The Irving Marathon Running Series has several events coming up at the Music Factory. Following the success of the holiday-focused Irving Frost 5K, there is a Valentine's Day themed event called Love on the Run on February 15th, a St. Patrick's Day run on March 14th, then the big annual event, the Irving Marathon, is on March 28th. Sign up and learn more at irvingmarathon.com. The Irving Heritage Society will host the Vintage Valentine Tea on Sunday, February 9th at 2 p.m. at the Heritage House at 300 South O'Connor Road. The event is meant to give guests a taste of what life was like in 1914 when one of Irving's earliest families held a housewarming event there. The event is free, and it's also the time to find out who is named the Heritage Society's Sweetheart of the Year. The Irving Police Department is preparing to honor its own, and you can be part of it. The Blue Tie Banquet is on Friday, February 28th at the Weston Irving Convention Center. It will feature a silent auction, dinner, and several awards, including Officer of the Year. Find the link to purchase tickets at facebook.com/IrvingPD. Proceeds benefit the Irving Family Advocacy Center. And with that, it's time to get to our Pets of the Week, so let's head out to the Animal Care Campus.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Pets of the Week. I'm Raina with Michael Whiteside, and who do we have here?
This handsome big guy is Pablo. He is about 11 months old, so he's still young, puppy. He is energetic. He's very much a people pleaser. Yes, you are. As long as he's with his people, he's super happy and super fun to be around. He loves everybody. He's very social. He seems to do okay with other pets, and he's just kind of a big goofball.
What kind of family would be best for him?
He seems to do well. We actually recently took him to a mobile event where there were adults and kids and everything in between, as well as a team mascot, and he loved all of them. They were all favorites. So I think, whether it's a family with children or, a single person, either one's going to be fine. As long as he's getting that attention and interaction with the humans that he craves, he's going to be an awesome, awesome dog for anybody.
Okay, now Michael, we have Brutus and Pearl. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
Sure. So these two really, really well-mannered dogs came to us a few weeks ago. They were a returned adoption. They were both adopted from us when they were about 2 months old. They were from the same litter. They're now 4, and their owner was moving. They're still a little nervous because they basically spent their entire life in a home. So they're still getting acclimated to the shelter environment, but they are, one, they're beautiful and handsome. Two, they're just so well-mannered. They're so polite and calm. They love each other to death. They are a bonded pair, so they need to go home together. When we're walking them or when we're taking them out or something, one of them or the other is always looking to see where the other one is. So they are very much attached. You just see how sweet they are, just sitting here, just waiting and being patient.
All right, Michael, so now we have Blue. Can you tell me a little bit about him?
Sure. Blue is a blue heeler mix. He's got this awesome red coloring. He is only about 4 months old, so he's still a puppy. As you can see, he's got the puppy energy. So he loves to play. He loves to meet new people. He's really friendly. So he's just waiting for somebody that's going to have the time to work with a puppy and train a puppy and spend the time that's needed to give the puppy all of the training and attention they need.
What kind of family would be best for him?
He's great with everybody. He's really going to need, he should do good with kids or just adults by themselves. The thing with healers is they really always want a job to do. If you leave them to their own devices, they'll come up with interesting ways to handle things that you may not want them to handle. But once you do that, once you train them, they're amazing. They're amazing dogs to have, for sure.
All right, Michael, some animals need a little more help than others. Can you tell me a little bit more about the Angel Fund?
Yeah, so DFW Humane Society has a special fund called the Guardian Angel Fund. The funds are specifically meant for pets with special medical needs. So whether that be heartworm treatment or any sort of orthopedic surgery or hip surgery, anything like that, we can help pay for those costs. So it helps, especially with our partnership with the City of Irving, in that if they get a dog that comes in that's been hit by a car and may need some major surgery, we can rescue from Irving Animal Services and get them right to a vet to get that surgery done. We do have several Guardian Angel pets right now on our website, so it's a great opportunity to give us the chance to rescue pets that have some sort of special needs that may not be able to be handled with Irving Animal Services, but we can help provide the veterinary care that they need through our Guardian Angel Fund.
That sounds like a wonderful opportunity for anybody to take part in. So be sure to check out that website. Back to you, Thomas.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, check out the websites you see on your screen for more adoptable animals. We will have updates on several big projects on our next edition of City Source. Construction on Fire Station 4 is progressing. We have a look at what is happening on site and hear why firefighters believe it will be such an improvement. And earlier, we showed you the reopening of Center Park Recreation Center, and work is already well underway on the expansion of another rec center. We'll take you to Georgia Faro next time. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. Also visit our YouTube channel, youtube.com/thecityofirving. Subscribe and you can be among the first to see our videos when they are posted. Also, leave us some likes while you're there. And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with more from the newly renovated Center Park Recreation Center, including more of those pickleball players. Thanks to everyone who's a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.